Well, hi, I'm Robert Knoll, and welcome to Guitar Zone, Beginning Guitar Lessons. This is lesson number 7. Number 7 of 53 weekly lessons. Well, hopefully you're having fun and working with the physical part of guitar playing. You work on chords last week, and we're reviewing. We know the importance of going through that chromatic scale and working on our down, up, down, up picking, and then saying the note names on the natural scale: E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, and then backwards: A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, and the whole time down, up, 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 down, up. So we're getting that down, up picking going now. Remember those first exercises you did, jumping around? Your down, up picking should be starting to flow really nice. Nice, relaxed hands. When they get tense, you gotta stop, shake them, get those blood flow, and get those hands relaxed again. And you keep going back at it. Eventually your hands will learn to relax more. They'll get stronger, and you'll be using the parts, the muscles, the fingers, and the tendons that you need to use, okay? That we're developing. Little muscles in here are going to get stronger. Okay? Takes a little time. And the tips of your fingers, well, they should be getting calloused. You should be getting nice calluses on there. You got to keep your fingernails clipped. They should be somewhat on the short side and maybe filed nice. You don't want sharp edges, so you do have to have some nail maintenance. I'll have some videos on that soon on the Patreon. But nail maintenance. We talk about these fingernails too. Right now, probably short until we're learning to use the fingers. Then we can have a certain bit of nail and certain characteristics of the nail filing and length for the right hand is different than the left hand. But you don't want your nail interfering with pressing the string down to the fretboard. Okay, so we finally talked about that a little bit. This lesson is once again focusing on the chords more, because that's the new thing that we're doing. You're still doing all those great reviews, and we're going to come back to that like the circle comes around in the next lessons. Hopefully you've memorized the C, A minor, D minor, and you got a nice G chord, and you also memorized E minor, A minor, D minor, G7. So hopefully you're getting these chords good. And remember, I told you we want to be able to take that chord. Once you get good sound, you want to be able to come off the chord, put your fingers right back down, and get that good sound. That's really important that you're able to do that. Up, down, up, down, up, down, E minor. Take your fingers a little off the string, put them right back down. Strum the right amount of strings. Your G7 chord's a new chord. Going from G to G7. So that's another thing with these chords that we have. Making chord changes. C to A minor, C to A minor to C. Going back and forth. What about A minor to D minor? A minor to D minor, or D minor to A minor. Being able to go from those two chords. How about if we were going from D minor to G? D minor, G. Making that change. The shape changes. And you've got to be good at making those fingers come up and down on that D minor, up and down on that G. So you can get that chord just going bam, bam. Then G to E minor. G to E minor. G to E minor, or E minor to G. E minor to G. It starts off slow, and then you got to come all down and have a nice sound on that G chord. minor, A minor. Well, that's pretty easy actually, because you're just jumping those fingers down a string and adding that first finger on the C. So here's E minor. I'll move the guitar so you can see. E minor, A minor. That C comes down. But these two fingers are the same pattern. E minor, A minor, add the first finger. Take it off for the E minor, bring the fingers down. Alright, then you're A minor to D minor. A minor to D minor, A minor to D. And then finally you want to get good at going D minor to G7. D minor to G7. D minor to G7. G7. And the secret chord that you were supposed to work on, that you might see it on your chart, was a big F bar chord. I don't want you really doing it yet. But if you're messing around with it, you're going to eventually bar that first finger all the way across all 6 strings, and you're going to add these fingers in. But we do have what's called the little F chord. The little F chord is where you bar your index finger. Your nail doesn't go flat. Your nail shoots out this way. You veer your fingers in so that you have C and F. So you're barring 2 notes. Then you bring in the second finger on A. So you got 2 notes, 2 strings, and then we add the A, C, and F. You really got to press. Once you've got 3 notes, you can add that other F in. And we become a 4-note F chord. And then eventually you change the fingerings a little bit more, and you get the big bar across all 6 strings, and you get your 3rd finger on C, your 4th finger on F, your 2nd finger on A, and then the big F bar chord. That's a movable bar chord. We use this a lot in rock and roll. But look, that's a secret. I'm not even supposed to be going there with you yet. Heck, this is only your 7th lesson. Just forget I got all into that F chord. That's a secret chord. You're not supposed to be doing those big chords yet. We're using some psychology here. Anyways, the chords that you're supposed to be using are on the progression 1A. And you have that at your guitar zone, and you should be memorizing those chords, working on those chords, and hopefully your strum is starting to get nice, Now, another thing is always checking your chord instead of just strumming, you hit each string. That's called arpeggiating the chord, because you're hitting each note separately. You're not strumming, you're hitting each note. That way we get to hear if your fingering is working. Are you getting that A out, that D, and that F, and a little D minor? Your G chord. There's the strum, but can we... Your E minor. All 6 strings. Your G7. All right, well, this was week 7. Keep working at it. Be patient with yourself, but be diligent. I love that word, diligent. That's your word. Diligent, patient, and we're working to be consistent. Okay? So these are great words to remember. You're at the Guitar Zone. I'm so glad you've joined. Thank you. And we'll see you at the next lesson.